I want you to hit me as hard as you can. What?
Happy Monday, everyone. It's Versus. We got a lot to talk about. James Bond. What's happening with James Bond? The Smashing Machine flops. Is The Rock done at the box office? That and more. Tons of news stories. Your chat comments and questions. Let's go. Let's start the show. And even Alan is here. So come on. Come on.
Let's fucking go.
Hey, folks. What's going on? How's everybody? Now, by the way, some people, couple pieces of news at the top. Nerd Cookies will be joining us later. She has personal business to take care of. But Dante James, our very good friend Dante James, Verbal Riot, has left the state of California.
That was real?
That was real,
yeah. Robert.
I hung out with him for Oktoberfest in Montrose. We were hanging out and had a great time. He was basically doing a goodbye tour. I told him, I said, we should just have, he literally found out, he told me on Monday after the show, and now he left this morning on a plane. So he'll be back in like a week or two. And he'll be back on Flashcast, all the normal shows he does, but he left California. He could not, and he's not alone in this, really could not find work. Couldn't find work in his field. Just, YouTube being a side job, and he does marketing work among other things. So was like, F it, I got to go where there's opportunity, and he moved. I'll let him tell more details. I'm being vague, but he's never been to the state where he's moving. That's all I'll say.
Wow.
So that's bold.
I know. That's an adventure, though. That can only be fun.
It could be. But
just the speed. The speed that it happened, because he told me on Sunday, and now he moved.
Yeah, well, it was a surprise to him.
Yeah.
But he had to. He basically tweeted out, "Gavin Newsom, you win," and that was it. That's the economy is really, Rob. The economy's bad for just people that just do below the line work in movies and TV. They're working for DoorDash. I'm not joking.
Oh, well, as you know, I have a movie coming out that I produced, and we have to make our own way. Putting out ourselves. You can't rely on anybody anymore.
Well, here's the plug. The world premiere of our new film, White Devils, will take place Tuesday night, October 28th at 8 p.m. at the family-owned Gardena Cinema near LAX. Tickets on sale soon. Q&A after the show. Keep the spirit of indie film alive. We will do a trailer reaction next week for this. Yeah. Once I get the trailer.
This movie is actually based. I have to say that Xevious, a lot of people knew Xevious online. Xevious did that poster, Christopher Roberts, who passed away.
Wow.
And he was a guy I met. I met him because of Gary, because of Nerdrotic, and because of Az, and he was a viewer, and then we sort of became friends, and he did a lot of storyboard work for me. All the artwork I have on our channel for like Let's Get Physical Media, he did all that work for me. And he called me up one day and he said, I was at the dentist, and my dentist says I have a hole in my tongue. And I said, what? He's Canadian, and he went, and it turns out he had cancer all through his tongue and his jaw.
Ooh. Oh, and my God.
I can't even, and kind of like what happened to Roger Ebert.
Oh,
and he came out. I mean, the man was a warrior. I can't even imagine what it was like. He was a handsome guy. What it was like to come out of that. And he said, listen, if there's if there's any work you can throw my way or anything you want me to do, it's the only thing keeping me sane. And I said, well, you know, we want to do this throwback poster for our movie, and I would love you to do whatever. And I said, I kind of have this idea. I sent him because our music tastes are the same. I sent him the logo for Love and Rockets, the band Love and Rockets.
Oh yeah.
And how it was split down the middle and the colors. I said, I kind of see something like this having to do with the two characters and maybe a heart or something. And then he said, well, can I design the logo and stuff? And I said, dude, and that was the last thing he did for me before he passed away.
Wow.
And I didn't even know. I told him to sign it on the poster. He did his signature. And you know, people want to change. They're like, well, you know, this is like kind of a throwback poster. I'm like, you're not changing it. If you want to buy the movie, you can do whatever you want. But up until now, this is Christopher Roberts' poster. It's one of the last things he did for me, and I love it. I love what he did, and
I love it.
I came up with the ad line. You know,
that's great.
Some demons have a human heart.
Thank you, Robert. I'm going to go cry in the corner now.
I know,
yeah.
But you know, this was a true collaboration that YouTube. I would never have met Christopher if it wasn't for people like Az and of course Nerdrotic Gary Beekler, and if I wouldn't have met him otherwise. And one of the great things about all of this whole ecosystem is I've met so many great people online. Another guy who lives in Romania did all of our art for True Noir, our audio drama, and that was somebody again I met through YouTube. So you know, I don't have to go to Fiverr. I can actually meet very, very talented people around the world that watch our shows.
Although there's good people on Fiverr, I'll just say.
There are. It's just you know, I've done a lot of great work. You know, we did the graphics for our Hills on Red documentary stuff was done on Fiverr. A guy we found like in Indonesia who was great. But it's nice to, you know, have fans of the show that later can show you how talented they are and you can all work together.
See what happens when you just talk to people. You meet people, you talk to them. Look at this. We've been doing this show so long now. We just skipped to intros and started chatting.
They know who we are.
It's like they know it's Angry Badger, RMB, Ing the Merciless, and you know me. Hey, hey, Anna. How you doing?
Nah, go cry in the shower. No.
Well, I would say it's uplifting in the sense that his art continues on after him.
Yeah.
And
palate
you know,
cleanse. Oh, dopamine hits. All right, there we go.
No, go for it. Show us, Badger.
Yeah, show us your saber.
Theory Sabers, right?
Theory Sabers, shout out. Kyle Katarn, best Jedi that they totally ripped off and split into like 7 characters for Disney Plus. Okay.
Well, it's good to know your saber is as big as mine.
How dare you? It's smaller on camera, but bigger in real life, I swear.
Hey, we've got lots of news to discuss, but let's start with box office. Because it was a bomb at the box office. The lowest opening ever for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film. And I would go so far as to say also a very good movie. I really enjoyed The Smashing Machine, but it was beaten by the Taylor Swift official release party. Don't care, but 34 million at number 1. One Battle After Another dropped to number 2 with 11 million. Smash Your Machine debuts at number 3 with 6 million on 3,300 screens. Gabby's Dollhouse number 4. The Conjuring Last Rites number 5. Demon Slayer number 6. That movie's cumulative is now what? It beats Superman. And I don't know, what's the 7, 8, 9, 10, Alan?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
I didn't do that. I thought you were asking a question.
Like, it's all good.
Avatar: Way of Water, The Strangers, and Good Boy.
And then
Long Walk.
Long Walk. So a lot of those those September releases hanging in there. But it's kind of a depressing box office. For those that saw The Smash, I really enjoyed the film. The makeup that The Rock had on, he was barely recognizable. The goofy hairstyle is not The Rock, but
he jacked up his body to fit the role as well. I've never seen The Rock look that muscular in my life.
Yeah, but
was it depressing, or like did you leave hopeful at the end, or was it a
No.
depressing film?
It's not. I mean, it's about half of the movie is about steroid and painkiller abuse, but it's really about a guy whose sole goal in life is to win, is to beat people down and win. But he's the nicest guy ever.
yeah, now I really enjoyed the film. It's an A24.
Yeah,
It cost $50 million.
and that was a mistake.
Yeah, I could see it. If it cost 10 million, okay, fine. But
Yeah, 25.
50?
I could see 25 for it.
Yeah,
but
but-
not any more than that.
yeah, especially for the way it looked. It's not. I mean, I don't know.
What's that money go to? The fight scenes and the prosthetics?
Yeah, I mean the prosthetics had to have been the biggest part of the budget in this movie.
But even
Well, I don't know
that
about that.
doesn't justify. I mean, it's all salaries.
It's below
Production
and
companies
salaries,
and
yeah.
salaries, yeah.
Yeah, when you're
Bob
the
Ryan.
head of your production company and the star, you're gonna
Well,
write
let's-
yourself a big check.
Let's look at this top 10 for a moment. If you could zoom out, Alan, so we can see all 10 movies. I want to point something out. At the box office, you've got the Avatar, Way of Water, part 2 of Avatar. That's a sequel, right? Like a rerun being re-released, 2 years after the fact in the top 10. And you've got the Taylor Swift, like you've also got Demon Slayer, not made by. How many movies are in the top 10 that were even made by Hollywood?
By the way, Demon
That
Slayer
aren't
633 million to Superman 615.
I just think, where is the big spectacle? I just bought today tickets to see Back to the Future in a theater. There's like one showing on Thursday night in a couple weeks. I can't wait to see it on the big screen again. But is this all I'm excited about? I excited about movies I've already seen, seeing them on the big screen. I mean, I think it's exciting for people that never got to see them on the big screen, those
Chris.
films. But yeah,
Last Friday, I went to the Irvine Spectrum and I went and saw Friday the 13th 3D in 3D.
Nice.
okay, that's cool.
1982's Friday the 13th. And by the way, it's a horrible film.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
It's
great.
the first time Jason dons the actual mask, but boy, the 3D is actually great. They had fun
Yeah.
playing with it, but it's terrible. But it was great. And the Irvine Spectrum, which has like, I don't know how many auditoriums, put it in their auditorium number 13.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cheeky.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, do you have any other insights from this box office? What it tells me is this: the product Hollywood is serving up, modern movies, is performing so badly, it has to be augmented by anime, re-releases of films that performed well, and then in addition, a Taylor Swift record release, like record release listening party, basically a BTS of a music video. Like, what is this? And I didn't see it, so it's
You
not
will.
for me. But
You will.
Well, I mean, we talked about it. It seems nowadays your movie has to be an event movie for it to have a blockbuster opening, and Warner Brothers kind of blew it with one ball after another. That's not an event movie. The Smashing Machine is not a Dwayne the Rock Johnson event movie, and so therefore it performed like that. And who the hell is Gabby?
yeah, Gabby's
Yeah, I'd never heard of this, so I saw it at CinemaCon. But I would say, Alan, the thing about where Hollywood's at now is you need to have a reason why people will roll out to a theater to go see a movie. And I think that reason is either familiarity, it's spectacle, it's novelty, like a sing-along or something like that, or it's something they can only get. Like the thing about the Demon Slayer movies, it's the first of a trilogy of films. It's not a compilation or based on the series itself. And Demon Slayer is an incredibly popular IP. So to see that do well, it's because it'd be like, it's an original film based on something that people already love.
Also,
But-
and you can only get it in theaters. They said it's not going to come in to Crunchyroll in 2025, so it's an extra reason. I would say we were supposed to have the Batman Part 2 that was going to come out August 3rd, right? But it got delayed to God knows when next year. And we should have had Mortal Kombat 2, which everyone was excited about based on those fake trailers and then the new ones, and they delayed that a year. So it's barren this month.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't mind delaying a movie if you're going to make it better. I'm tired of rushed movies because rushed movies never work out.
But also, I mean, with the Smashing Machine, we were talking about this earlier today. Dwayne Johnson, when he comes out, when he's doing in the live action Moana, and he's Miami, right? Or Maui. Miami. When he's Maui, people are going to roll out for that in droves. I mean, I actually am very curious to see the first trailer. What does he look like as a live action Maui? I'm actually kind of excited to believe it or not to see that. And I went and saw movies like San Andreas in the theater. I liked him in Pain and Gain, the Michael Bay movie Pain and Gain. Skyscraper. I hate to admit that I saw that movie in a theater too, just because I mean
at the ArcLight. I saw it at the ArcLight.
Those are clearly event movies. They're clearly it's a big blockbuster action movie. The Smashing Machine is a thoughtful drama, which
it's a niche.
And
it's like the Claw, right? Also a very niche wrestling, separate from
even Schwarzenegger. When he was in something like Kindergarten Cop, I couldn't wait to see Kindergarten Cop because the premise of watching Schwarzenegger go undercover as a kindergarten teacher, that to me promised hilarity. And indeed, that movie's actually a pretty good movie, because it has a really interesting the plot is good, and it's hilarious. It's not the Tuma, and when Schwarzenegger played to his strengths, he never tried to be a straight dramatic actor.
Well, he knew his lane. I don't know that The Rock knows his lane, but in any case, I want to pivot to something here and introduce a new topic here, but movies, these classic movies being released to theaters, performing well and landing in the top 10 should surprise no one. And with Back to the Future coming up, other movies getting re-releases, I stumbled upon this, a promo that was shown only to theater owners. I believe in Vegas. You have to see maybe. This. It's a 3-minute promo for the original Ghostbusters movie that features Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. I'm going to play the whole thing. It's 3 minutes. What do we make of this? And it was made just for them. Ghostbusters, no one knew what Ghostbusters was. Was it a scary movie? Was it a comedy? People didn't know. And they made this little promo to get this movie into theaters and get support from theater owners. Let's watch it. Oh, and wait, at the very end, there's a completely different Ghostbusters song that never got used. It's wild, but check this out.
And if that doesn't work, we have 117 girls who are looking for scholarships to nursing school. They'll be circulating through your rooms over the next day or so.
And we thank you, and we hope you enjoy the bit of the film that we've cut together for your viewing pleasure today.
Successful comedy, and you'll be able to meet someone special back in your room in just a few minutes, as soon as this meeting's over. That's right. All taken care of by the good people over at Columbia Pictures, a subsidiary of Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Ghostbusters, the brave, the best, the only Ghostbusters.
Better
what
times.
The hell was even that? I love
Better
it.
Times.
Making jokes you couldn't make today. I mean,
I like how they mentioned General Cinemas and Odeon.
Yeah. They mentioned the chains. That was great, but it was a different time, and this is why these classic older films are performing in theaters. It was that attitude, the attitude you saw Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray like display in that. They're doing joke. I'm sure half of that or less was scripted.
I would bet
It was
most of that or was ad-libbed. Yeah, like
Yeah,
someone said,
totally.
how many
Yeah.
takes? I was like, I don't think that took any takes. I think they just turned the camera on and let them go. And
That
then
was a
cut
oneer.
together.
That
It's
was
coherent,
a oneer. Get him in, get him out. And then they showed, I'm sure, black and white footage from the movie to theater owners. But where is that energy? Where is that attitude about the audience and trying to get people in theaters?
Well, you know what it is?
Exist now.
Well, I remember when Ghostbusters came out. I was a teen, and I lived a mile down from my local theater. I could walk to my local theater and see movies. How many screens did it have? It had one screen. And so these movie studios had to fight for screens. I think in a 10-mile radius, I lived in the South Bay. So from Palos Verdes down to Lawndale, there was probably a total of 20 screens that we could see movies on. And so there was a fight to get access to those screens. And A, you had to produce good movies. And B, you had to entice the owners at that time to play your movie.
Yeah.
Well, also, I mean,
yeah.
you know, at the time, you had groups of people like Ivan Reitman, who was, before he was directing these things, he was producing these comedy movies coming out of the whole Canadian, whether it was SCTV, and then you had the SNL crew, and all, like Bill Murray and Harold Ramis had already done Stripes together, and so they were already, all of these guys were at the top of their game in comedy. So, and this film was an expensive movie. It was not cheap. You know, it was beautifully, the visual effects, Richard Edlund, it was all 65 millimeter effects. So they spent some money on this. And this was a big, epic, probably one of the most expensive comedies made at the time. And when you have these guys come out and do this, it showed that they had the right attitude. Like you said, Chris, they're making fun of, they brought in the people at CinemaCon. This basically would have played for what was called then Show West.
Yeah.
Show West was turned into CinemaCon, and it was all theater owners, and they love when you make in-jokes at their expense. They still do even today. And so they shot this. I mean, the fact that they went out and did this special shoot showed how important this actually was for the promotion of these movies, that they would spend, and they still do. They still roll it out for the exhibitors, because this was done, like you said, just for theater owners. And I think that we don't even have these comedy dynasties anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I mean, you go from and these guys would team up, whether they're doing something like Three Amigos or Ghostbusters. You're coming out of the Animal House tradition and just all of that stuff. And we don't have anything like that anymore.
No, we don't have like comedy dynasty where you could get a lot of, like, do a Cannonball Run or do a It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. If you were going to make a movie on that scale, like, who would even be in it? I mean, comedy is so it's become divisive now, not to mention this
Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are the people that you'd probably go to.
Yeah.
And all of their orbit really is that comedy dynasty.
By the way, guess what opening week of Ghostbusters was? Opening week ticket. It was 13 million.
Oh,
but
so
listen
much.
to this. Listen to this. For the next 6 weeks, 13 million, 15 million, 13 million, 11 million, 11 million, 10 million. I mean, that's a time when a movie opened big, 13 million, and had legs and kept that level going.
Well,
and
that's
tickets were like $3 too.
Yeah.
Before.
And just to cap this off, what I loved most about that video is the attitude. And this, just because I want to make my friends smile, this is the actor who played Ron Weasley saying expensive. Yes, Rupert Grint. He's saying expensive petroleum. He was caught at a gas station, and someone filmed him. You watch him say this.
Expensive petroleum.
I get it. Expecto Patronus.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Expensive petroleum.
Nice.
That's perfect. That's what you do when you fill up. I love it. Hey, we got other topics and we have a trailer reaction to Predator Badlands, but we have some soups. Let's get to them. Then we'll get to and I got lots of news. James Bond, some Tron Ares stuff. Let's go.
So excited. Press M to start for 2. Bone leg ending was bonkers. And oh my God, incest.
Yeah, press M to start. Yes.
Well, I know another movie that's kind of like that, but we haven't seen it yet.
Brands 1967 for 60 Martian pesos. As an aspiring film student, I'd love to hear Chris's take on Sundance's dirty secret, how NYU's elite grip is crushing indie dreams.
Is that an article? Let's look it up. Thank you, Brands 1967. Please look that up. Let's find it, and we will discuss that on Wednesday's show, because that's when we do Hollywood news. But Sundance's, I'll tell you some other Sundance dirty secrets. Like, most of the people who get their movies into Sundance are trust fund kids, the sons and daughters of rich elites. So your Guggenheims, among others. There's a funnel from certain schools to the Sundance Institute.
This is a great article, Chris. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will go through it, and we'll talk about it Wednesday. Thank you for the suggestion, and I'll add more what I know, because I was naive when I went to.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh, thanks. I was naive. I went to Sundance and just thought everyone is Kevin Smith. Everyone is like some kid sold his comic book collection. He Kevin, charged up credit cards and made an indie movie and got into Sundance, which did happen. But I assumed that was most of the people in Sundance. But the truth is, most people at Sundance, it's a lot of funneling of favors.
I mean, are you saying it's always been like that, or it's recently been like that?
It's always been like that.
Okay.
It really has. But we will table this topic for when I have a chance to actually read the article. So there we go. But thank you for the little divert there.
Make sure to watch Hollywood on the Rocks, and you'll get your even bigger response. All right, Justin Curie, shout out, became a member.
Thank you.
These huevos for $4.99. Just saw Smashing Machine. Was a great sports film about the brutality of early MMA. Sad it flopped.
Same.
Lord Metroid, member for 23 months. My favorite Monday show.
Thank you so much. Yay. Thanks for being a member.
Axel's a vote for 5. I watched him, Smashing Machine, play Dirty and GoldenEye this weekend. How is it the 30-year-old film is the most entertaining? I was going to say GoldenEye is the only one I want to watch.
I was saying GoldenEye.
Yeah. 30 years old?
I watched
95.
Brosnan.
Yeah.
Here's what's weird. I watched The Martian last night. I don't know why. I just wanted to. I got the urge. Like, I want to see like something. And
Matt Damon.
I like Matt Damon. I really wish he was supposed to be Jake Sully in Avatar. And
that's right.
I guess it's his biggest regret. He didn't do that film.
Well, he did Born instead. So
that's better.
But
did you watch the extended version or it's on HBO Max now and Netflix?
I didn't watch the extended. The Martian. No.
I love the extended version.
I didn't even know there was an extended version of it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
It's by far the better version of the movie.
Yeah.
And
there's an ing in the movie.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
presentation.
That and Emma Stone. But I did see Tron, the first one, in the 4K restoration. It is beautiful. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, the first Tron is it's magical.
The restoration is incredible. I'll just say that.
Legacy in 4K also looks amazing. I just bought that and watched that last night.
That didn't need
yes, it did. It's a stark difference. Justin Curie for 5. Do you think Tron Ares will bomb so bad Disney won't make another Tron for decades? I'm scared Jared Leto will Morbius this movie. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see.
A friend of mine saw it. And I trust him implicitly in terms of what he thought. He said it's a great popcorn munching movie. And seeing it in a theater in 3D was amazing, he said. And the soundtrack is great, turned up to.
Well, we are doing, Alan and I are doing a Film Threat After Dark. We will talk about Tron about 10 p.m. tonight.
Have you guys seen it?
We're seeing it tonight in a couple hours.
Yeah, but we're not at the theater that's in 3D.
Yeah. There you go.
Rudy for 2. Saw Rocky Horror Picture yesterday in Burbank. It was packed.
Nice. I saw that.
Did you dress up?
They have popcorn buckets too.
It's coming to Regal, I believe, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Destiny Captain, remember for 4 months. I think my Alamo Draft House is dying.
It's sad. Love that chain. Love their whole business model. Dinner and
Sony owns
movie.
it now, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure that.
Mega YouTube 99 for $4.99. Can't be referring to Earth X and Peacemaker as Earth MAGA is disgusting, especially so soon after Charlie Kirk's assassination. FM. Okay, that aside, that is why Gunn chose that. It's a continued narrative that everyone that votes for Trump is a Nazi, and that's why Earth X is Nazi, and they say Jesus. It's this whole thing. That's what they want you to.
Well, that's another show. I can't speak for John Campea at all, and neither can Rob for that matter. So we'll just sort of leave the comment. I'm not a fan of Peacemaker. I do not like the show. I'm just not for me. I think the sense of humor is juvenile, and I love juvenile humor. Give it to me, but every character sounds the same.
If you had seen The Savant that got postponed, it would have been the same thing, one battle after another. It's a narrative.
I think the penis to boob ratio threw it off for me. So
it's true. It's very unfair. Adrian, for 10, 2 horror movies with unique point of views. Which do you recommend more, Presence or Good Boy? Good Boy's only an hour and 12 minutes. I was going to see it, but it's not on my XD screens.
Presence is Soderbergh's movie from the point of view of the ghost.
Yeah, I think Good Boy is better. Presence kind of was a disappointment. I thought Good Boy, in the way it was shot, Good Boy, they put cameras down to the level of the dog. His name is Indy in real life, and the character's dog is named Indy. And the way they kind of people are in the movie, they have lines, but their faces are obscured, and you don't really see them. I love that. I love it.
It was really clever, I thought.
Very clever and short. I think it's the better
of the two
use of that, changing the point of view. So, Good Boy was better. One last one.
D for 10. People don't realize how much corruption and nepotism in festivals like Sundance downstreams those people into executive jobs in studios. They have no taste, no merit, and are into destroying the film industry.
100%. There's an ecosystem that is very exclusive, not inclusive. And you're either part of the club or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Okay. Hey, Predators Badland. Who's looking forward to it?
Come on.
Yeah, but guarded. I'm so guarded, but yes.
Now, we talk in point of view. This is a movie where the protagonist, the POV, is the Predator.
That's why I'm guarded, because that
and
has
it
the
worked?
potential to be really bad. I don't know.
Because that's why I saw the first Predator, because I wanted to understand who the Predator was, their backstory, why should
I know about his honor and his tribe. And
so when I saw Predator 1 and Predator 2 and Predator versus Alien, this is all I wanted.
It's Predator versus Alien 2 Requiem that brought us to the Predator homeworld for the first time and showed that these guys are just workaday dudes.
Also, they're going to pull from the comics that Alan ignores. And when I get upset saying they did something different, he goes, well, I don't know about that. But that's what they're doing. They're putting a Wayland Yutani android in there. And I guess she has a dual role. Elliot Fanning.
Again, that's not why we watched the movie in the first place. It was because we wanted the sense that someone was out there hunting us down.
Yeah. Wanted Arnold.
Well, let's stop.
This new trailer's
okay. Yeah, watch it.
Well, let's see.
Watch the trailer.
The chopper. I mean, trailer.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe.
I like it.
Where everything is trying to kill you.
I need a hand.
You're here to prove yourself. Hunting something that can't be killed. We might not be alone in this hunt.
Yaslan zor ince. Det jet yolunay çiş.
Yeah, he circumcised that monster.
Well, I gotta say, I like this better than the first trailer.
Yeah.
Ritual circumcision, very common amongst tribal entities. I think it's just part of his culture. I don't know, man. Having the Yachuwa speak and do their language again, something from the comics. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't mind that. Give me subtitles. Give me some alien language. I actually think that if you ever seen, Rob, you might remember the West Coast Phantom edit of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Yes, I know who did it. Yes.
Okay. Jar Jar was from this proud warrior race. He cut out all the sort of goofy stuff Jar Jar did and had this kind of tough sounding alien voice and subtitled the Gungans, and they were great.
Yes.
It was so cool. Now,
Well, that's how I felt, you know, just as a story. You sent me the Phantom Menace script months before it opened.
That's
and
right.
You loved it, and you told me to put on the Star Wars soundtrack and read that script.
Yeah.
And I read it because I did not read Jar Jar Binks as anything like he appeared on screen.
Right.
You know, I was like, because why would you? You know,
Yeah.
I'm reading it like it's this alien that and all of the alien races I thought were like Greedo, you know, that's the idea, you know, kind of thing. And so seeing the film was really, by the way, I love the script when I read it.
Yeah.
I love that experience. I thought it was great.
Now,
but
the version I sent you, was there dialogue between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan? Because you remember that? And the dialogue was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the thing is this, George Lucas had no shortage of good ideas, but he was tempered by a Gary Kurtz and Marsha Lucas. There was no holding back. It was George's way, or that's it. How did we devolve into this conversation? It's all about the Predators.
Well,
Anyway,
I think though that you can make. I think this is a legitimate attempt. Like we've seen predators hunt humans a lot, and I think that delving into an alien culture. I mean, if this were Star Trek, you'd want to know about the Klingons. So learning about a predator and seeing what this predator goes through, I think can be an inherently interesting story. You know,
even in Star Trek, you had seasons to be able to tell a Klingon story. Here, I mean, the predator doesn't even look like a predator. You know, I like the full body armored alien. The other thing is
he's dishonored. That's why he doesn't have
the reasons we watch these movies again is because we were the ones being preyed upon. That's why I think Predator Killer of Killers is actually pretty good, because it just held true to what the Predator story.
It is really good. I wish I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like you know, the idea that a classic told story well is now old and boring, and we have to change things up. I don't think we're at a point in the Predator series where we have to change things up like the way they are doing.
I just think when it comes to modern filmmaking, modern storytelling, that they've replaced old bad stereotypes with new bad stereotypes, and they don't work. I do like mixing it up. This has me intrigued. It's a better trailer than the first one for sure. And it shows there's more going on. I like being on some strange new world. I like the spectacle. We'll see in November.
Just give me colonial marines versus xenomorphs versus predators trying to hunt the xenomorphs. Just make the fucking $1 billion that you would get if you just did those three things, but they refuse to do the thing that we all actually want.
Yeah. Even Prey followed the formula of Predator.
Yes.
You know. My question is, how long was the conversation about whether to make the sidekick android female or male?
Right. I think those conversations are pretty simple. It's
female.
And there will be a cute. Did you see it? There's going to be a cute little sidekick animal that is already like a pop figure, a little Grogu, basically.
There's something you can market, and
100%. Yeah,
but
it's in there.
I don't begrudge them that. If you look at Star Wars, when people there's always been something cute and adorable. There's always been comic relief. R2-D2 was cute in the first Star Wars. You had other cute elements in every Star Wars movie. It's part of the whimsical nature of the. Okay,
plenty of stories to tell. Just saying, plenty of stories to tell. That's what you want. That's a predator.
Yeah, that's
not
what
whatever.
I was hoping to get.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, let's move on to our next topic. Amazon castrates James Bond. They took, and you guys have seen this. I want to get your commentary, but we have seen the repurposed posters. Thank you for joining us, Steph.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Okay,
Hello.
Steph.
You saw this. I'm going to zoom in on these. These are all the classic poses from these movies. Dr. No, what's missing? The gun. In The Man with the Golden Gun, he's not holding a gun. This showed up on Amazon, the company that's now going to bring back Bond via Denis Villeneuve. What hope do we even have?
Well, the 007 logo itself is a gun.
Right. Look at it. Look at it. These are all the.
I'm sorry. No, but look at these great
please.
poses. Look, License to Kill. He's got his hands in his pocket. Goldeneye, he has his arms crossed, while in Tomorrow Never Dies, he has his arms crossed. But in World, what is that? World Is Not Enough, his hands are together. I mean, these are incredible posters, and these poses are amazing.
I mean, they've had the guns removed from every one of them. The real question is, look, is our culture infantilized so far or so much that we can't tell the difference between a secret agent doing his job and a school shooter?
Right.
Are they trying to draw some comparison that all guns are bad, where a secret agent, what's he supposed to use? To quote Aliens, harsh language?
Yeah,
exactly. Well, they don't want any guns.
Yeah, Hollywood has become the virtue police. You know, it's the nanny state. It's them thinking that they know better than us, and that rather than us learning lessons of life, of the harshness of life, they're just going to shield us from anything that's dangerous or anything that's offensive.
Yeah. And they ended up replacing these with just like screen captures from the different movies, but then those also don't have any firearms in them.
Well, and to your question, Chris, how much is Denis Villeneuve going to be influenced by the marketing department at Amazon?
A lot. And let me tell you, that's the problem. We need straight men in the marketing department working on Bond. I'm sorry. The problem is it's too much of an influx of a certain kind of person that is hired in marketing departments. We need to look, if you're going to market this, you probably need some men working on it.
Chris, this is why they paid off Barbara Broccoli, because she was blocking it and they paid her $1 billion to fuck off. So now they can do all the things they wanted to do.
Also, the Bond franchise, it debuted actually October 5th. Yesterday was the anniversary. It's James Bond Day. It debuted in the UK in 1962. Mm-hmm. And Bond, the artwork, has always, since its inception, had Bond with a firearm of some kind. And the poses, the posters in the 60s were painted by Robert McGuinness, who was one of the great poster artists of the time, the girl, the guns, everything that the Bond franchise celebrated, and they're trying to move away from that. For what reason?
Can you imagine the opening sequence when he walks into the circle and he doesn't shoot a gun at that point? What are they going to replace it with?
A water gun or a Nerf gun. I feel like they're baby proofing James Bond.
Yeah.
You know, they're like treating James Bond, handling James Bond with kids gloves. Basically, they're baby proofing him, which is pretty ridiculous. Like, he's a secret agent, he's masculine, he's straight. You know, he's sophisticated, and in this way, they're sort of taking something away from him, essentially baby-proofing him, neutering him. It's really ridiculous. I saw this tweet the other day when I was talking about it from I can't remember who it was from, but they said that like this is for Amazon, and they're taking away James Bond guns in the posters, but it's kind of weird because when you compare it to all of the movies that have come out, like G20. Ballerina, all of those movies are now on Amazon Prime, and the women still have their guns.
Yeah, it's a toxic white male. It's literally everything they hate. It's a white devil, you might say, depending on who you ask.
By the way,
she's holding 2 guns. She's double fisting it.
By the way, within a few days of this being noticed, they reversed it. So here it is. Here is Sean Connery back with the gun. Amazon have discreetly reversed their decision and restored the original James Bond.
By the way, this is fake news. It's not. This is, if you actually, there's no source to this whatsoever. And if you actually go to Amazon, it's like I said, screen captures now of the movies, but without guns.
Yes.
So they have not reversed it. This is,
Find me a news story. Get me I need better info on this. Find me the news story. I know this broke on Deadline or something. Let's look into this. But this is ridiculous. And what it does is it shows a complete misunderstanding of Bond. And with all due respect to women in the workplace, there are certain places you just need a male environment, especially when you're marketing to men. This attitude is what killed Star Wars. It's what killed franchises like your beloved Star Trek, Rob. And I'm just annoyed at it that certain types of jobs in Hollywood are dominated, and I'm sorry, it'll come off as sexist, of women and men that are not straight. And they work certain jobs, and it reflects in the work they produce. You need at least one guy in that department with eyes on this to say, that's stupid, put in the guns. Now, to be fair, I'll say this. I made a movie years ago called My Big Fat Independent Movie. It was rated by the MPAA. Rob, I know you've gone through this process. They look at your marketing materials. That is the poster and trailer. Okay, the movie was R-rated. There's swearing and there's guns and raunchy humor. In our poster and our website, there was something the MPAA had a long conversation with them, and this decision came after Columbine. You cannot have a movie poster or artwork representing the film with a gun being pointed at the viewer.
That's right.
That's what I was told back. This is like 2005. So I don't know if it's part of that. It's an overcorrection. There, let me put you full screen.
Here, share my screen. I have them pulled up.
Whatever, it's not. You get the idea.
No, my screen. Share my
screen now.
Sorry about that.
There they are.
Yeah.
That's
what posters.
So they've switched them to just screen captures.
Yeah, they're just action shots.
So they just replaced.
But nothing.
Hey, look, the November Man that has a gun in it, but that's not James Bond.
Yeah. Well, it says this is from Deadline. So I gotta
so at the very bottom of the Deadline article that I put in the private chat, it says at the time of writing, the Bond thumbnails on the Prime Video UK now contain action shots themselves, though they still do not picture the super spy brandishing a firearm.
Yeah, Variety says the same thing at the bottom, that they changed it to screen captures, but they don't have firearms in the new screen captures.
Like so they removed the altered images, replacing them with screen shots.
Yeah.
What this is, it's putting these guardrails on content that is utterly ridiculous. To do next, there's a classic shot. I remember one of the first stills I saw from Star Wars is Harrison Ford with Chewbacca. What does he have? His blaster. Is that going to be, you ever going to see that?
No, man, it's a laser gun. It's not real.
Oh, it's a laser gun. That's
totally
true.
not based on a real gun.
No, but it was the ET when Spielberg removed the guns and replaced them with walkie-talkies.
Although he later it says he regretted that.
But he also didn't replace the original version was still available when he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He never removed it
Slippery
from circulation.
Slippery slope.
Stuff like that breaks Robert Tabauer with verisimilitude. Like federal agents have guns.
Well, I mean, it's so weird. Like, Chris, when we were growing up, I don't know, I loved Johnny Quest.
Oh, love that show.
Johnny Quest, the animated series. There are guns in the opening title. That opening title sequence is one of the most famous opening titles. That music was incredible. That was a primetime animated series for everybody. There's guns in that.
Batman the animated series. They pulled the guns out on the rooftop and he used the boomerang, the batarang to knock it out. Like, yes, bad guys and good guys have guns.
Yeah.
And Johnny Quest had diversity. I love
and I should bring up rabbit season, duck season.
Yes, that cartoon is so I don't know. This is
battering.
As you said.
Didn't they take Elmer Fudd out of Looney Tunes now? Or they took one of them out because he's a hunter and they didn't want to show guns to kids. It's pretending that guns don't exist when they do, it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. You can't baby proof everything.
Yes.
Make me get paranoid stuff.
It's baby proofing everything, honestly.
It's the first part,
they can't be used responsibly either.
Well, this is why I'm really, really cautious about the new Bond. Even though Denis Villeneuve is directing it, and I do like him quite a bit as a director, Nolan turned down Bond when he couldn't get Final Cut. He moved on. This was after, I forget what movie. It was Tenet or Inception. He wanted to do a Bond, but they wouldn't allow Final Cut, and so he moved on. Mm-hmm. He made Oppenheimer.
Yeah, there are two requirements for a James Bond movie. He shoots a gun and he has sex.
Yeah,
with women.
It's almost as if they have their anti-gun agenda and they can't control, the from the political side, but this is something that they can control. So because they can control this, the media, the posters, that they'll remove it there. We're against guns, so we're not going to show you James Bond with a gun, even though the whole movie he's brandishing a gun and he's using a gun. But no, this is something that we can control. We can't control everything else, but we're so anti-gun, we're going to take it out of the posters.
It's also one of those things that let's understand why it's popular to begin with. He's got intrinsic qualities and set in stone qualities that you need to keep. And if you change it, it will be generic and no one will watch it. I.e., he is a white British heterosexual male with chauvinistic undertones, and he does it all for the love of England and service of England.
Absolutely. Which is why I'm in total agreement with Chris when he says we need different people in the marketing department. We need men, because the women just don't understand. They don't get it.
Well, exactly. This is why Star Trek failed, Star Wars, these modern like shells of what these franchises were are all failing, because you really do need some kind of diversity and inclusion of the straight white male, which has been driven out of certain jobs. Publicists are almost exclusively gay men and women. That's it.
Bond is ex-military. Bond is a British naval officer, and one of the real problems is not only do the writers have a lack of experience with military because they didn't come out of the military, but they don't believe in it.
No,
half of these writers will tell you about how Britain was one of the great colonizers of the world, and that James Bond represents a monarchy which is outdated. That's just going to, it's the colonizing of the planet. And if you have people that don't believe in the same thing, Star Trek, There's no military discipline in modern Star Trek, which takes away from the believability of it. And the people that are writing these stories don't even believe in those paradigms. And when they don't believe in them, they can't give you something convincing, nor can they market them effectively. I mean, Bond was a fantasy character, you know, from the outset. In the 60s, no one had ever seen anything like it. And one of the things that happened with the Bond franchise is in the 60s, it was breaking all kinds of ground. And you basically had the military, everybody that came back from World War II, set up the American middle class in the 50s. And you had a bunch of men that were kind of stuck at home with their kids being fathers, and they hadn't traveled. And the Bond franchise showed this male figure who women loved, and every man wanted to be him and every woman wanted to be with him. And it gave you this fantasy context, which is what Star Wars gives us now. But back then it was something everybody loved. And somehow that is an outmoded thing to want.
And to your point about them not liking the military and not having the experience, they're doing what the James Bond First Light video game is doing, where he's not going to be Bond yet. He's going to be a naval commander. So it's going to be super important to understand and respect the military, because it's probably a large portion of that first movie.
Yeah. And look at how video games like Call of Duty have done so well over the years, because people are hungry for those archetypes.
Right. But the biggest crime against Bond is, look, if you think Bond is outdated, it's just as easy to just shut it off and not make any more movies. But now they have to bring it back and they have to rewrite it, make it for a modern audience, and just neuter the character altogether, which is the whole topic of this. I believe that's what they were doing with Disney's these live actions, is that they were correcting all the misogyny and white supremacy of Walt Disney, and then trying to fix it, so to speak, for a modern audience. And I feel like that's what they're doing here.
Well, it's like that. We're going to talk about this article on Wednesday and go deeper on this Bond story. The humiliation and vilification of men is a big problem for movies and TV. It has resulted in fewer hits at the box office, tepid box office for modern films, and it's something Hollywood has to get over itself. The Force is not female. When that thing, The Force is female, came out, I thought it was stupid. I never thought of the Force as male or female. The Force is the Force, and anyone can tap into it. And by affiliating the Force with a gender, that was the one of the first mistakes in a series of mistakes that has killed these modern franchises. It's our topic on Wednesday. Final thoughts, and then we got to go to Soups. And I got lots of surprises.
It was literally your stream, your trial for Star Wars, where it came out that whole The Force is female was like one thing event that she showed up for like 3 seconds, put the shirt on, took the picture, and then bounced, and it has become the dominating narrative.
Yeah,
well,
it exposed it, because I think that was exactly right. When you look at the people she hired to make Star Wars, who didn't really know Star Wars. I mean, and Trek, you can speak to Trek better than I can, Rob. We have our funeral coming up in a couple weeks. I don't know. I'm baffled by these bad decisions. Baffled.
And you can see that they permeate all of this, whether it's Doctor Who, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Star Trek, whether it's James Bond. And the problem, I don't think anyone, the audience isn't asking for anyone to change these archetypical characters.
No.
And that's why anime and manga has become so popular, because those stories have stayed true to themselves.
And that attitude, that's why I showed that Ghostbusters clip at the top of the show. I wanted to show this is what Hollywood used to be like. They catered to audiences. They wanted to present something new and exciting to you. And Ghostbusters at the time of release in 1984 was a weird combo of like a scary movie with an action comedy. Like, what was this, with some of the best comic actors of that era? And Hollywood has lost the plot completely. And this is the fact that there's a bizarre lack of self-awareness. That's what it stems from. where is the self-awareness? Where is the looking in the mirror going, we might be turning our audience off? Where's
Don't
the
they know?
catering to the audience rather than lecturing to the audience?
I always assume a part of them knows in their heart of hearts exactly what they're doing, but they just think they can barrel on through and double down.
Yeah, but I think they're controversy averse. And when you allow social media, when you allow the loudmouths on social media to gain a viral story about, James Bond being a misogynist and things like that, nobody wants to take that kind of heat, even though it doesn't represent even a small minority of the audience for that product or for that story. And but again, the studios would rather not have to deal with that kind of controversy, and they'll just bow and bend to the latest thing.
I think there's also an aversion to the reality of life that people are like, everyone's saying, when you talk about jobs, the difference between men and women in certain jobs, and people bring up the idea of plumbers, like 95% of all plumbers are men. And that's not a sexist issue. It's what do people go into? What do people like? Like, men like machines and gadgets, and women like people. This is just something that's biologically hardwired into us. And it's the same. We have biological realities of while a woman is pregnant, a man must protect. I mean, that goes all the way back to when we came out of the trees and lived in caves. So when you have a character like James Bond, whose very day could be the very last day of his life, where he's going up against megalomaniacs or doing whatever, he's not the same kind of person as, say, Ballerina is. And even though you got to see Ballerina was derived from Ana de Armas, who was great in No Time to Die, probably the best thing in No Time to Die, they're not equal on the battlefield. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. And yet nowadays, it's like we have an aversion to dealing with the reality of life.
Ballerina, they told her to fight like a girl. Literally told her to fight like a girl.
That was a plot point of the movie that I really respected. I thought that was really great. They actually, like, how are we supposed to believe she can take down a 6'5" dude? But in that movie, they went into that and made you believe. And that was one of the great things about that movie.
Yeah,
it dealt with that in a realistic manner.
Yeah. I mean, not to get religious right now, but the idea that God created people male and female, and the idea was that men and women cannot survive in this world by themselves or as a collective by themselves, but that they're actually complementary of each other.
Yes.
And that when you have that bond between a man and a woman, you are complete, you're whole, and you can accomplish great things. There's something beautiful about that. There's something uplifting about that kind of an idea, but it's the exact opposite. It's the idea, the fact that, so maybe things are skewed a little bit from a strength and power standpoint toward men, but it doesn't mean that men can go it alone and wield this kind of power without something balancing them off.
I just ask that you acknowledge basic reality. I will believe that Batman can have a 13-year-old ward that can take out grown men. If you just explain he's hitting pressure points and he's, just give me a little bit to explain it away. Same thing with all of these things. Black Widow, just try to explain it a little bit, and my suspension of disbelief can go quite far.
Or worse, don't make a woman act like a man.
Yes, and don't have her degrade all the men around her to put herself over, basically.
Because sometimes it feels like they wrote the script for a man, and then someone just said, "Just throw a woman in that role."
But
that's what they do.
That's what they think. Yeah.
But in real life, until like the Red Sparrow, the movie that J-Law was in, the intelligence services have those things. Honeypots are real.
Yes.
Oh, and we know it, Robert?
Ask Eric Swalwell.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like you can have both agents on the fields that have different tactics, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, I want to popularize this term. It's a normal sexual, a rare endangered species in the age of infinite labels, rooted in pre-2015 binaries, now widely considered retro, like dial-up internet or physical media. And I refer to myself as a normal sexual. So maybe we'll start to, maybe people that don't like normal stuff, we can call them heterophobes. At this point, it's I don't know. I just think please let's leave Bond alone.
Well, why
And
change the
Bond
archetype?
alone.
Bond is an archetype, just like you're no one's going to go back and change the story of Hamlet. You can readapt it, but you've got these archetypes that have existed for literally thousands of years for a reason. You're going to go back and rewrite the Greek myths?
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
they have been doing it.
If you take the gun and the sex away from James Bond, you know what you have? You have Mission Impossible.
you have James Bourne basically, or whatever, because he's not very sexual.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. That is a tactic they do though, where they just give the girl the male role and the male the girl role. Jurassic Park, like I guarantee you that Scarlett Johansson character could have been a buff Arnold Schwarzenegger type mercenary, and then the nerdy hot, right? But they just switch it.
You wouldn't have to rewrite it. That's what's terrible.
You don't
about
even
this
have
stuff.
to rewrite it, exactly. And so there's no. Then you get nothing from the. You don't get the strong buff dude, and you don't get the hot chick. It's just sort of neutered versions of both, and no one is happy.
Well, then if that's when you go back to a movie like Aliens, where femininity and motherhood is where she derives strength from to save her de facto daughter. And she goes up against another mother in the Alien Queen. It wouldn't have worked if Ripley was a dude.
And Hicks is strong without being overbearing or misogynist, whatever you want to say.
If gender norms weren't even a consideration in that, because you had to go in there. You had to say, yes, the alien is a woman, and we're going to give her feminine properties.
What is a woman, Alan?
But it was still cool to do that. The feminine power gives you a strength that not even men can equal, and it's earned. The power of a mother protecting their young is something that is unique to women. That maybe, a guy can do it too, but not that personally. And it made for something really iconic and something that transcended what it was. And you've got, it was an amazing thing at the end of that movie, and you never thought to yourself, well, Ripley is replacing a male character. No, it's like this character is the only person that can be in this situation because her strength is derived from saving the life of Newt.
And it's her facing her fucking fear that she's had the whole movie of the aliens, and she literally goes into the belly of the beast and all the things. Yeah.
Hey, let's go to Soups. I got other topics to get to. We'll start.
Remember when writing was good? I remember good things. Pilgrim Media for 5. Did people not seeing Good Boy a fear of seeing the dog hurt or yeah, probably. People not going to see Good Boy.
Yeah, you feel that fear when you're watching the film. I won't spoil it, but it's a very good horror film. Very
Google
searches. I think spiked. The searches after that trailer released for "Does the dog die" in the movie Good Boy went up like 200% or something like that.
Yeah,
is it in Does the Dog Die website or?
Libra all women member for 2 months. Gentlemen, do you think we will ever have the caliber of films we had in the 1980s again?
No, because the people making the films aren't the same people, and I think certain types of people have been they're not hiring, let's say, the kind of people that existed in the 80s, and people don't do cocaine as much as they
not nearly as much as
I
they
think
should.
that was the big thing.
Fentanyl.
It's coming back.
Ruined it. I hope so. Royston S. Bailey, that'll save the economy. Royston S. Bailey for 2. Trailers give everything away now. No confidence. Yeah.
That is
true. Say, but they've always
been a problem for a while, though.
Yeah, and that's more. People don't know how to edit anymore for those trailers and show all the good shit without ruining it. Brujo for 5. I still believe Predator Badlands is based off a Star Trek Next Generation script. After a shuttle crash leaves Worf and Data stranded.
They do sound kind of Klingon.
Kind of. Tony Reyes for $9.99. Who has better acting range, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or John Cena? Last episode of Peacemaker, Cena's performance gave me chills.
I'd say Cena's the better actor.
He is now. I think
he is now. Yeah.
I personally prefer.
I like
Cena,
The Rock's like early films, like Walking Tall.
Walking Tall. Yeah.
So who can play themselves differently better?
Did he disappear in the smashing machine, or did you see The Rock talking with an
No,
accent?
he was. That was a completely different character.
Okay. All right. Royston S. Bailey for 2. It's okay to tell new stories, Alan, if they're good.
Yes, I agree.
D for 5. Dr. No means no or license to consent.
True.
Royston S. Bailey for 2. Amazon James Bond. The woke is not enough.
I mean,
Royston S. Bailey.
if you watch some old James Bond, because of course I have them all, but man, there's some stuff that wouldn't fly today.
Nope.
That, I mean, it doesn't mean don't make him manly, don't make him tough, don't make him, kind of a sexist. And but some stuff in the classic films,
We're talking about Pussy
I raise an
Galore
eyebrow.
in the
In
barn,
Octopussy.
maybe. Yeah, she consented eventually. Royston S. Bailey, member for 2 months. Bezos doesn't care about profitable films. He wants in with the Hollywood crowd. Classic case of a nerd who wants to be accepted by the popular kids.
Yep, buy your way into Hollywood.
Or marry your way into it.
Or both. Brands 1967 for 15. At this point, my favorite franchise is Subway. That's how bad things got.
I love the delicious Subway.
We peaked at
Toasted.
$5
I
foot
like-
longs.
always
I'm
go
telling you.
toasted.
Pre-Jared or post-Jared?
Yeah. Alpha Omega, member for 3 months. According to this gent, Side Scrollers had on a guest today. Barbara Piccoli was likely behind this. Apparently, she's a huge anti-gun progressive. She's gone, though. They paid her $1 billion to leave.
Yeah, she's not there
She's
anymore.
Yeah. Fox One, member for 2 months. I'd buy a cosplay calendar of Chris doing Bond every month, brandishing his weapon in a new pose. I would buy that as well.
Do it. Make a calendar.
No,
You
we
have
need
tuxedo?
a Princess Leia calendar.
Make
from
a
Chris.
calendar. Let's go.
Some Norwegian guy, member for 8 months. I doubt Bond can be done right in this day and age.
It's very sad, but I think that's true. And you even did a whole stream on that once, Rob, if I
Yeah.
recall. That can you even do it now? Is it an outdated character?
Well, it's funny when they brought him back 30 years ago in GoldenEye. Judi Dench has the great line: "You're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur, a product of the Cold War." She finally just flat out comes out and says it, and she's not wrong.
Yeah.
And that made it cool that yeah, I am, but you need me on that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. Russia is the bad guy again.
Right.
I'd rather you just say thank you. Brands 1967 for 30. They're re-releasing Mad Max as a person living with mental illness. Max, true story. It's
That'll be
Neurodivergent.
terrible.
GraphWeb for 2. In the name of all that is holy, hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
Hey,
Working.
we are
Kinda.
seeing Tron Aries tonight. Alan and I will have a Film Threat After Dark late night stream. We'll give you our first impressions. We'll look at what people are saying about it. We'll give you our review, but the cast was interviewed. Let me share this with you here real quick. They were asked about AI and the timeliness of the story. Let's take a look at what they had to say. It's about a 2-minute clip.
The timing could not be more relevant for the topic of AI. How much have this movie and your character changed your attitude or understanding about AI?
Certainly what happens in the course of the film and in this story line is kind of a manifestation of everything that we are most concerned about in terms of the state of the world and the impact that AI can potentially have or is already starting to happen. Whether Julian is a version of a kind of Elon Musk character or some other form of
megalomaniac.
Yeah, I was thinking megalomaniac.
Megalodon.
Megalomania. Sorry, I really have not been drinking. It seems like, in the hands of somebody like that, we are in deep, deep trouble.
It's more about your character. I mean, mine's kind
It's
of
all about
it's all
my
about you.
character.
It's Julian's more like a move fast, break things, and then you're sort of saying, hey, we got to be smart about this and make sure everything is all put in place.
Yeah, but I'm also just thinking about the company and the fact that we've, I think it's quite selfish. And I've spent the last 10 years building the family company up to a very profitable place. And you
Family company.
Bring it to the ground.
Is she a Dillinger? Is that the deal?
No pressure.
Yeah.
It's definitely a moving target. that's for sure. And it changed, so much since we started doing this movie. Like I came on board like about 3 years ago. Jared, you've been on pushing this boulder up the hill for.
I mean, it really started 2014.
Yeah, and AI wasn't like, I mean, obviously it's always been there in some capacity, but now it's part of our everyday
so
tech.
crazy.
And but that said, like for me, it's like the movie is not. It's a big part of the subject matter, obviously, the AI of it all. I think that's what I'm interested in telling is Ares' journey and what it takes to be human and what it means to be human.
Period.
That's interesting. The two different perspectives. One is focusing on Tron Ares. The other one is bashing Elon Musk.
I hate every part of this. At the end of Legacy, Sam retakes he comes past the trauma with his father, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to take my father's company and do everything right." And they have just turned him into a loser. That the main character, she's Asian, Alan, you'll be very happy, saved the company, and he's nowhere to be found. They didn't even ask Bruce to be in this. Yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of this clip? Are you excited for Tron Ares?
Gillian Anderson is still a fox.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, she is. She's aging like fine wine.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like her.
I mean, look, Chris, I think as somebody who made a feature-length documentary about the first Tron, the big disappointment I had with Legacy is that Tron kind of, even though it was anthropomorphized programs, it sort of was the precursor to the rise of the internet. Legacy didn't want to deal with that, so they came up with this idea of the grid, which was closed off from the internet, which I thought was a mistake because they could have made a science fiction film about what the internet is doing to us. Yes. But bringing these apparently there's a lifespan to these created these I don't know what you call them that appear in the real world. They can only live. Yeah, they can only exist for a certain amount of time before they de-res. And it's not very long. And that's what they're looking for, is a way to make them permanent. And I would like to have seen more of a thoughtful science fiction based movie that had something more to say about our culture and its relationship to the internet. But I still think it kicks ass. And Legacy has one of the great scores of all time. And it's a lot of fun to watch. And this looks like it's fun to watch too. So I'm sure the 3D is great and the music's going to be great. And it'll at least hopefully put a smile on my face.
Yeah, but we're veering away from the original ideas and thoughts and themes of the first Tron movie.
Yeah, but I just thought if they had included the internet, like you were saying, Rob, you could have had literally pirates, bots. Like, what is an anthropomorphized bot like to deal with? They're basically, not an entity that has a personality. I don't know.
The idea that AI we're on the verge of ASI, artificial superintelligence. What does that mean when we've created an alien life form that is way more intelligent than we are? What is that going to do to us? And if you have a movie like Tron, you kind of want them to address that idea instead of. And that's
kind of what all of Legacy was about. If you weren't paying attention to the father-son dynamic, it's the ISOs that came into existence like a flame, an entirely new life form with a triple helix DNA that was going to change everything. And they just ignored that entire subplot.
Yep.
Well, look, the name of this, the brand is Tron. No one knows what Ares is. I mean, I guess they will after this movie, but it's a brand, not a character at this point. The character played by Bruce Boxleitner is amazing.
What's the character's name again?
See it.
What's the
Tron?
No, not Tron. The Bruce Boxleitner. The Bruce Boxleitner character.
Tron.
That's
Sorry,
Tron.
Rinsler.
No, it's Alan. The name was Alan.
Oh, Alan. But the thing about Tron was he believed in the users. I mean, the original Tron sets up an idea that these anthropomorphized programs know that their gods exist.
Yeah, it's very religious overtones, and his father, the son. It's all there. It's all there.
Well, I mean, I think that's what made the original groundbreaking, is because it, like, computers, like my mom in 1981 we were the only family I knew that had an Apple II. And so, I'm I'm programming it
hate
in
it.
BASIC and then recording it to a cassette tape.
Thank you,
And,
Gary. That's my
thank you,
headcanon
Gary.
now.
Yeah, and so the ideas that was bringing forth in the first movie was groundbreaking. The idea now that sentient beings, things like that, data for that matter, has already been done, and I just don't think Tron is going to say anything that hasn't been said before.
The fact that they didn't even ask Bruce to come back and he's on video on
To play
Con saying
Alan,
like,
yeah.
go
Yes.
see the movie, please. Yes, to play Alan, because that's what we really want. They should just call it Alan Aries. They didn't even ask him. And then the director was like, well, some people just don't want to be in it again. You didn't even ask.
Couldn't they have even done like a de-aging and actually had
Yes.
Tron be in the movie?
Those
they have
agents didn't look horrible back then.
I
For
mean,
the
look at-
time, it was good.
Look at but the
Well, they
Kurt
did in
Russell.
Legacy. They did in Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't see any reason to not put Tron in the film.
Well,
It-
bring
it's
him into the
ridiculous.
real world and see the revelation. That's what he was looking for
yeah.
since the first movie. If he actually, even if it was a limited time, he actually got to meet the users that he believed
Say that
in.
he and Sam and Cora are off doing something in secret, building a blah, 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 blah. And that's why he had to leave the company. Because tell me something, but they're not even going to do that.
It's just new characters, new world, but it's a brand they're piggybacking this new story on. So,
Yeah.
look, hey, it's been a bad year. It's been a really bad year, not just for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whose movie The Smashing Machine you could add to this list, but this story, the 9 major box office flops of 2025. I know we've got notes for this story, but you shouldn't be surprised. It's been a bad year at the box office. This is from thedirect.com. Let's take a look here.
And I actually don't have notes on this one.
Oh, you don't? That's okay.
No.
We'll go through them. I'm going
They were
to
just
scroll
going through the
down
list, yeah.
and I'll
Okay,
give you
cool.
what the list is. Snow White, no surprise. It tanked. Look at this. Global box office, 205 million. Reported budget, 270. Mickey 17. That thing was a major flop. Global box office, 133 million. Reported budget, 118 million.
That's insane.
Captain America Brave New World. Okay. Yes. 415 million global box office. Budget 180 million. I think that's low. Thunderbolts, also a flop. Total box office 382 million. Reported budget 180.
Crazy how they keep getting them the exact same amount.
Elio, which Alan really Cora knew something. Global box office 153 million. Reported budget 200 million for a
Shouldn't even
Pixar
cost-
movie.
I know.
This was Pixar.
That's an outrageous budget.
Yeah. The Alto Knights.
Ugh.
I don't
know
even
what this
remember
is.
this. I didn't see it. I think
Yeah.
Alan
Robert De Niro played 2 roles. Played the 2
for
leads.
no reason.
Yeah.
Global box office 10 million. Reported budget 50 million. Megan 2.0. Okay. Movie I thought was entertaining.
Hmm.
$39 million global box office. Reported budget 25. And Love Hurts.
Aw.
Kihei Kwan. Yes, I know. Global box office 17.5 million. Reported budget 18 million. Let's keep going. Jeez. The Unbreakable Boy. 7.5 million global box office. Reported budget 6 million.
That's the
A
flop.
lot of Disney movies in here on this list. Any surprises? And can you explain why have there been so many flops?
Well, honestly, for me, Megan 2.0 was a surprise flop. I didn't think it would flop. But I guess it makes sense considering it's such a niche movie. It didn't really require a sequel, but they gave it one anyways. But I mean, if you go to like the starting from the top, Rachel Zegler and all of the controversy surrounding Snow White and Disney's agenda sort of tanked that movie. Same with Captain America Brave New World, you know, them trying to position Sam as the new Captain America when a lot of people just didn't want that, but agenda over everything else, I suppose. So that sort of tanked it. Thunderbolts was all about emotions and feelings, and that's not really what you want in a superhero movie. Though a lot of people liked it, I personally didn't. I didn't think that it was any good. And positioning them as like new Avengers was just, it didn't work for me. Especially when the best character is the person that they're trying to frame as like the racist straight white male is like the best character in the movie. That's not really good for them. Elio, I don't even know what Elio is about. And I actually watched a review on it that went into a deep dive into Elio, and I still don't remember what it was about. But it can't be that good if it's that forgettable. Yeah. I think the only surprise for me was Megan 2.0. The Mickey 17, though, I really wanted to like that movie going into it because it seemed like a really good movie. But then you had Mark Ruffalo and his whole Trump reference, and I think that really killed the movie as well. You know, so I think like there's just like a lot of agenda that's just killing Hollywood movies right now.
I can tell you why Megan 2.0 failed, because Jason Blum actually brought it up. But what the problem was is that Megan in the first movie was fundamentally different than Megan in the second movie. You know, Megan in the first movie was this dark, psychotic robot, and people thought that because everyone loved that character, that they could just make another movie and change her, make her kind of the good guy, and give her a more positive and bright tone to it. And it just didn't work. And that goes back to what we said about Predator and about Alien. You know, there was a reason why the first one worked, why the early versions of that character worked. And when you fundamentally change that, people just start dropping off. And
it worked in Terminator, but that's like one of the only good examples of that.
I didn't know they made her like a good robot. That makes sense now. Okay.
She's protecting the family against another bad cyber.
Oh my gosh.
The hell
it was like Terminator 2, basically.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I can understand why it flopped then.
Yeah. Terminator's the exception because Schwarzenegger, and that's just a whole nother reality. And then they gave us a good, T-1000. So.
Cool. All right. We've got some more topics and whatnot, but I want to let people know something is coming. Something is coming that's big on this channel. And that is Film Threat presents The Final Frontier, a funeral for a franchise. That's right. We'll be doing a Star Trek funeral on this channel. It'll be much like our Star Wars funeral. We have a logo. We're about to do we'll have a teaser for it, and it'll be an event. I'm excited.
You dress up, Robert? I'm gonna wear my uniform, my Starfleet uniform.
I'm dressing up.
I'm doing it.
I'm dressing up. I'll be a red shirt.
Yeah.
I have a red shirt.
Oh.
Alan, will you be a science officer?
I kind of want to be that the guy with the boombox in the bus in Star Trek 5.
I don't like that. Robert, you could wear black leather and slick your hair back and be Section 31.
I might have to do something like that.
This is coming. We'll be announcing a date soon, so want to let you guys know. Also, like, share, subscribe, all that, and go to shop.filmthreat.com. I just have to remind people to go there and check out our different collections of Film Threat merch. The Spirit of Halloween collection might be my favorite.
Alan, wear Spock ears. Please wear Spock ears.
You know what? Everyone's saying that I should be a straight Sulu.
Oh my.
The Mirror Universe Sulu.
Yeah.
Mirror Universe.
I won't have a shirt on. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
The outfit's
that'd be great. Cool. Hey, this story popped up, and you know how much we hate lists.
The last one was good, though.
The 100, I like the last list, but this one, the 101 best movie performances of the 21st century. What would you guess some of those performances might be? Are there actors that show up more often than others? I'll share the story here. I don't know if we have notes for this story, but I'm going to share it.
No, it's just the list.
Yeah. But here is this list from theringer.com. Where are we finding these websites?
What's up with this artwork? Jesus.
We're talking capital A acting, baby, from Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood to Mark Wahlberg in The Departed. We're celebrating the best of the past 25 years. How do your favorites stack up? So this is the last 25 years, 21st century, the 101 best, yes, the 101 best performances. So let's scroll down and see. Most nominated roles for the 101. Alan, just what are these names that pop out? We got Denzel
Can you make
Washington.
that bigger?
Yes, I can.
Can you
do that.
rub it, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, this is like a bell curve in action.
It's not
Shocked
working.
at some of these.
It's probably not going to get any bigger. But Denzel Washington.
Yep. Philip
Seymour
Hoffman.
Hoffman. Leonardo DiCaprio. Emma Stone. Joaquin Phoenix. Michelle Williams. Kate Blanchett. Daniel Day-Lewis. Kristen Dunst. Kristen Stewart. Mark Ruffalo. Tilda Swinton. George Clooney. Amy Adams. Brad Pitt. Colin Farrell. Jake Gyllenhaal. Michael B. Jordan. Michael Fassbender. Nicole Kidman. Rachel Weisz. Robert De Niro. Ryan Gosling. I don't know how to spell that. Is that Sandra Huller? Scarlett Johansson. Song Kang-ho. Viola Davis. William Dafoe. And
Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, yeah.
Saoirse Ronan.
So these are nominated roles, and then they just took actors who had the most nominations.
Yeah, Oscar wins and nominees in the top 101. 29 nominations, 13 wins, and there you go. 59 other. I gotta say, entries by in the top 101 by year. And there were a lot more in the early 2000s than later. Past 2016, not as many great performances. Look at that chart. What happened?
I would say the kind of movies being made changed.
Yes.
Yeah. 2016, Trump, ideology above everything else.
Right, but those films
Everything
were
went
already
empty.
made by 2016 and 2017.
Yeah, 2013 is the magic area where we got like the
Mm.
last
Shall we
Hangover and Tropic Thunder and stuff.
Shall we scroll down? This starts with 101. This could take a while.
Yeah.
But we'll just do highlights.
Yeah, remember Kevin Garnett, his role in Uncut Gems?
Yeah, he was played himself. Okay, let's look at 100. But you know what? I do like Ben Affleck in Gone Girl. I
Yeah,
thought he
that
was
was
great.
good.
This movie's great.
Yeah. Zach
This was
Efron
a
in
great
Iron Claw.
movie.
Oh, I love this movie.
Yeah, this is an excellent movie.
Yeah. Alan liked it for the shirtless men.
Oh, yeah. My daughter hates Zac Efron, but loved that movie.
Kiki Palmer in Nope. She was okay. I'd say she was good in that.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Rachel
Oh,
McAdams.
no.
is
Okay, I'm sorry.
in
I'm
Mean
thinking the
Girl.
musical.
Mean Girl. De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's such a great film.
This should be much higher, by the way.
Yeah, it should be. Absolutely.
At
Yeah, it should be higher.
95? At number 95.
This performance was unhinged. She was
Mm-hmm.
great.
I don't
On
know
this
this
list.
movie. Alan probably knows it.
I'm not a fan of this movie.
May, December. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you gay?
Mark
No, it's not a gay
Wahlberg.
movie. It's not a gay.
Number 93, Mark Wahlberg in The Departed. Kate Winslet, number 92 in Little Children. That movie is creepy, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little shocking. I gotta say, I'm not familiar with this movie.
Yeah. I think they chose the wrong movie.
Right.
No, it's good. You'd like it, Chris.
Okay, good. Léa Seydoux as Gabrielle in The Beast, 2024 at number 91.
Oh, that was last year. Okay.
Number 90, Bill Murray as Bob Harris in Lost in Translation.
Yeah, that was kind of his comeback movie.
Yep. Colin Farrell as Ray in Bruges. In Bruges.
In Bruges, great movie, by the way. If you've not seen it, it's funny
really
and action.
I have
and
seen
keeps
it.
you guessing. Great performances.
Yes, I do love. I saw that film at Sundance in 2008. This movie is awesome. Simon Rex in Red Rocket at number 88. This movie underestimated movie.
Yeah.
Little indie movie, and you'd like it, Alan. There's boobs.
I've seen it, yes. Because there's boobs, I've seen it.
Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse. at
You
number
liked me,
87.
lobster. I seen it. I love this movie. It's a fever dream, but I love it.
It's a serious movie, and there are farts in the movie.
Is this what the new Daniel Day-Lewis movie that I wanted to see, but I could? Because this is
Anemone.
what I'm expecting. It's just two dudes in a room together.
I saw Anemone.
Yeah, I liked it. Alan did not.
I did too.
I did not like it.
I thought it was a knockout.
Thought it was pretentious.
Well, this list is, we're not even, I mean, this is a long list. Florence Pugh in Midsummer. I did like her in that movie. Yeah, first time I remember seeing her. Number 86. Viggo Mortensen, number 85.
Great
A
movie.
History of Violence.
Comic book movie.
Should we go through this whole thing? I'm going to need help. Badger, can you read these off? And I'll go
Barbie.
down.
Ryan Gosling is as Ken in Barbie.
How about I do this? Let's
He
just
was
scroll
good.
down. Scroll down to the top 10. We're just
There you
gonna
go.
Oh,
There you go.
look at that. I mean, look, stop there.
Ew, Melissa
No.
McCarthy.
Sure,
Jack
School of Rock.
Black and School of
What?
Rock. Let's
Remember
just
when we
get
liked
to the
Jack
top
Black?
10.
Jesus.
We're not gonna do 100. We can't have a 3-hour show. This isn't FNT. We don't go for 5 hours. Okay.
Heath Ledger.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Kirsten Dunst as Justine in Melancholia.
And there are boobs. in
Number
this
10.
one. Her boobs are in that one.
Okay. Number 9, Joaquin Phoenix in The Master. Yeah, great
I don't remember
performance.
that one.
Number 8, Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network. Love him in that.
Yeah.
He's a creep.
Making a
Great
sequel
movie
to
too.
that.
Denzel Washington in
Yeah.
Training Day at number 7. Awesome.
Good one.
So
Can't
good.
argue these. Heath Ledger as the Joker
Okay.
in The Dark Knight
Yes.
at number 6.
So far,
Number
so good.
5. Number 5. Yes. Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men at number 5. These are all really good choices.
Mm-hmm.
What I find funny is so many there are very few films that performances acknowledged for recent films. Kate
Well, here you
Blanchett
go.
in Tar.
Oh my god, I
22
love this movie so much. I can't
I
even tell
do as
you.
well.
4.
And number 4,
And number
Number 3.
It was good. It was good.
Philip Seymour Hoffman in the Master. Number 3.
Incredible
Number 2.
performance.
Any guesses on let's see, number 2.
Oh,
Daniel
my God.
Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood at number 2. What do you guess number 1 is?
Daisy Ridley as Ray.
Stop that. Daniel
Well, she's-
Day-Lewis and Gangs of New York. Like it better be him twice. I don't know.
I have no guess. No guess. It'll be Denzel
Meryl
Washington.
Is it a guy or a girl? Is
Viola
it a man or woman? What do you think?
Davis. Yeah,
It'll be
Viola
a woman.
Davis in Warriors.
It'll be a
like
woman. It'll be
Woman
yeah,
King.
Here
yeah.
we go. Number 1
Yeah, Woman King.
is Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive. I would not have guessed that movie, but there you
King
go.
Kong.
Any thoughts on this?
The greatest performance in the past 25 years.
What about
I
the
haven't
gayest
seen that movie.
performance? Can we find the
these
gayest performance?
lists are always really frustrating. I would not put that at number 1.
Yeah, no
I think-
Christian Bale, no Gary Oldman in it. Like that,
Right.
so many of those did not belong.
I think
They're
the
probably
number
further
one
down.
in all these lists, you have to have that checklist by your side, and you have to check things off before you put it as number 1.
Yeah.
Although
All right,
she's
let-
white, that kind of
Leo,
violates that one.
Let's go to soups as we're going to wrap up early today because we have a smaller group. We're letting class out early.
Oh my God.
It's like, that the day in school where you read books under a tree. That's that kind of day on the show. I used to love that.
Ringside rips for 2. Remember Mighty Max? Could a continuation work?
Mighty Max, the toy line, and the character, like Was it a cartoon? All I know is my son loved the toys.
Remember Mighty Mouse?
It was Mighty Max. These little, yeah.
By the way, we had smog, so you couldn't go outside and do schoolwork.
The dragon from Lord of the Rings, it would come around smog.
No, we had literal smog.
Oh, Ducky 9976 for $4.99. Maybe after this discussion, you could give your opinion on the new Rainn Wilson movie Code 3. I watched it last night, and I actually liked it a lot.
I've not even heard that one.
I have not seen it.
Me neither.
I believe it's on VOD. So sorry about that, Dougie.
CN7765 for $5. They are working on Captain South America to be released in 2026. People are not going to the movies because they're on YouTube or TikTok.
Wait,
Code 3 is in theaters.
Captain South America? Is that real? I'm
Well, it's
gonna
like
look it
Turkish
up.
Captain America.
Is it?
Really?
I would guess
No.
that's kind of what
I need
it
to Google it.
By the way, Code 3 is in theaters. It's in Long Beach and Ontario right now.
I think it's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh,
It's all over. It's all over Reddit. But there is an Instagram.
Captain.
It exists as an Instagram. It's just propaganda. Anyways, okay. All right. Next.
Oliver LaFerry Farag for $1.99. I preferred Phoenix in Gladiator. It's brilliant. Yeah, that and 8mm, I think, are my favorite Joaquin Phoenix stuff. Aaron Charman for 10. Have you guys got the British movie I Swear on your radar? It's got the guy who played Elrond in Rings of Power. He plays a guy with Tourette's. The tagline is Spunk for Milk. Looks kind of interesting.
I have not heard of this.
Said so much right there.
I have not heard of this at all. Doesn't exist as far as I mean.
Remember, he used to be referred to as the guy who played young Ned Stark in Game of Thrones,
Oh,
and now
I see
he's
it.
the guy who plays
Yes.
Elrond.
Yes. I see. It's coming out.
Phrasing.
Looks good. Or it came out. It's a foreign films. It's a UK movie. I don't see a release date for US, but thank you for putting it on our radar. And that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thanks to our mod, Lord Thoth. Thanks to Atomic Lori, Glenn Uccio, working hard behind the scenes. As we wrap up, hey, plug your channel. I'll turn on some music.
Steph, My Nerdy Home. You can find me everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, and X. All.
Oh, what is it?
I think your mic just went off.
Your mic just went out, I think.
Mine did?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a second.
Oh, yeah. Steph, My Nerdy Home. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and X, all at the same My Nerdy Home. Just search it up and I'm there.
Hey,
Steph.
Robert Burnett from the Burnett Work, and for all of you who live in Southern California, our new film production, White Devils, we're going to have a public screening. You'll be able to get tickets to it. It's October 28th at 8 o'clock, and it's at the Gardena Theater out by the airport. We're going to have a Q&A afterwards. It's going to be the world premiere. No audiences have seen it. You can be the first.
Yes, Film Thread. We're coming. We'll see you in a couple hours after we get out of the Tron Aries screening.
Well, 10 p.m.
Well, we're doing
Yeah,
that out of the
Pacific
theater,
time.
right?
Oh, out of the theater reaction. Yeah, we'll do that too. Okay.
Can't wait. Angry Badger. We're going to have Badgercast number 209 coming up in just 40 minutes or so. So links in the chat. Thank you. Can't wait. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks. We'll be back next week, and all of us by then, including Nerd Cookies, will have seen Tron Aries.
Yes.
We'll have a group discussion of Tron Aries that will be spoiler filled. We will have spoilers.
See
in
therapy.
our discussion.
That's what it's
it'll
gonna be.
a form of, it could end up being a funeral. You never know. Okay. Thanks, folks. See you later tonight. Alan?
Let's get out of here.